Hey, all you glipglobs. Today we're going to go over how I do a 12-hour shipping cycle. So, first things, I'm just going to make sure my shipment relay here is activated on this one planet. It yields such a low reward that I'm not going to bother with trying to sort all of the shipments. I'm just going to add that much more that I have to sort later, and just kind of adds more of a pain. So, I have all my transports laid out here. This is just the way that I've kind of gotten used to it. Obviously, it's going to be different for your system. This is just how my layout works for me. So, if you didn't know already, your planets will fill out every 12 hours. Trade stations every 18, so you get 1 an hour. So, a good way to know if when your 12-hour timer is up is just to go by your trade station. When it hits 12, boom, there you go. You get your 12 hours done. So I'll go through all my transports right now. I have 2 transports that have trade boost and trade burst, brush and shipment computer, and shipment drone. So this one's my red star extender for red stars, and then this is just another loading one. Again, same thing, shipment drone with trade boost, burst, rush, and computer. Then I have my where is that? This one. This is my white star one. So I have shipment beam, teleport, entrust, dispatch, and relic drone. And then every other transport is just beam and teleport. This is with cargo 11 and transport 6. So my total cargo right now is 39. I'm just a few days away from cargo 12, so this process does change a little slightly. Obviously, with the amount of cargo you can hold, the more cargo you can hold, the more shipments you can pile up on a transport, which helps with sorting and applying computer and all that. So I typically start down here. I will sort by destination up, or descending. And then I will pick up, and then it'll put the lowest at the top right here. And then what I do is I just make sure that either this planet doesn't have any destination, there's no shipments here that go to either this planet or this planet. So this one looks like there's nothing there, so I'm just going to jump him so he doesn't have to walk over to this warp lane here. Then I go to the next one. So this has 1 and 1, so I'm going to just leave one shipment here. And I will come back later and grab that one. Same thing here. Perfect, none up there. Move the whole thing up there. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll even try to shipment beam these trade stations during this first round of sorting. I do 2 rounds. Depends on their setup. So this has 1 and 1 here. This has 1 and 1 here. This actually has none. So this one, since I picked up from this planet, had 24. I dropped 1, so this has 23 on it. I'm going to actually shipment beam this right here. You can see that this still doesn't have any destination, any shipments that go here. So my next one, I'll start here. Perfect. If I have a transport that doesn't have a destination here, I will try to go here first, just so I can dump off some of them. Just so that way I have just that many less that I need to sort up here at first. So he's going to go up here. And I am going a little slower. This is usually like a minute process, but I just want to break it down for you. Same thing. There's a shipment here, but none there, so I'll go up here. Same thing. This is actually a good run. Perfect. So I was able to hold 39 even though I have 40 in that last one. And this is why I sort descending. So the lowest ones are going to be at the very bottom. And this just worked out really well. And then this one. And then I'll move him down here because he has shipments up here. I'll do my time mod to speed up things a little bit. So I have all 6 of my transports, 8 total. I have 6 on that top planet, 2 on this bottom one. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to dump off this one just entirely. And then this one I'll bring some over here, so I'm just going to drop off all the ones. Now how my system is laid out is I do a hub numbering system. I actually got this idea from Colin. This guy right here. So this is someone that he was generous enough to kind of walk me through how he does his shipments, and I do mine in a pretty similar way. So how that is I have my planet name that's surrounded by 2 numbers. This is a 1 and then a 2 at the end. This is a 2 and 1 at the end. This is 1, 5 at the end. And what that means is any planet that ends in a 1, like this, will hold shipments that go to a planet that begins with 1. So this planet, it has a 1 at the end, which means it's going to hold all the shipments for this planet because this begins with the 1. And since this planet ends in a 5, this planet is going to hold all shipments that go to a planet that begins with 5. So this begins with a 5, this trade station begins with a 5, and this planet begins with a 5. You can see how there's no second numbers because this is not a hub. So I have, I believe, 7 hubs. I have my main ice, my second ice, and then I have this water, Terran, water, and this desert, my fire, this Terran, and this gas. And you'll see why I have that hub set up later, but let's go ahead and finish sorting this first round. So I have no 1s on this, so I'm going to move it up. Quick time just to speed it up. So you can see I still have some shipments on other planets, and that's primarily just because I don't have 60 ton, so I can only hold X amount, and I just split up into 2 and I don't overwhelm one shipping. So next, the process is just to dump off all my shipments and reorganize them on this planet. So every planet can obviously hold double the amount of shipments. So this max capacity is 50, but you can double that to get 100. So now I'm going to reverse the destination. Now it's going to be ascending, so all the lower ones are going to be at the top. And then I'm going to dump them all in here. And what that does is it's going to dump off all the lower value, the lower destination shipments first. And you'll see why I do that later. So I'm going to go back and just dump off everything again. And then go back to this one, pick up everything. Dump off everything, pick up. Dump off everything. So you see how there's still lower numbers here. I'm going to pick up everything, and boom. So now I have all my transports are emptied, and I have 4 that I picked up. Now I could go here and just dump off these to get an even 100 again. So now I'm going to go to this far left one. I'm going to flip it again. So now it's descending, and now I'm going to grab, trade stations are going to be first because they begin with a T, whereas every other location is a number. So the T's are going to start first. But then I look at the 7 here, so 7s, all the 7s are going to be ordered. Then I cycle to the next ship, and these are all going to be 6s. Then 5s. And then I go back to the 7 now, because now we're in regular numbers, regular planets, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to grab all the 7s I can. Then all the 6s. Then all the 5s. Then the 4s. And now I'm at the trade station that I threw on all the lower destination shipments, so I'm going to just upload those. I'm at 49 out of 50, so I can just dump another one, and I'll just dump off 12 more, just to be right back at 100 again. So now I'm going to go back, top one is 6, so I'm going to start with my 6s again. And I'm full on 6s now, so I'll go to my 5s, 4s, 3s, and now I don't do 2, because as you can tell, this is 2. which means all the shipments that go to destinations that begin with the 2 will be on this hub. So instead, what I will do is I will grab the ones that go onto this transport. Not too many. And we repeat the process, dump off everything else. So now we go to the top, let's see what we have left. Our 6s are full, so we'll go to our 4. Pick up all of our 4s. Pick up all of our 3s. Here's our 2s. And our 1s are last. Okay, so now the only shipments that are on this planet is 2s, and then I have 3 6s because my 6 transport is full. So now I'm going to cycle through my ships just to show you my hubs. So my 7 hub is right here. See how it ends in a 7? This begins with a 7, this begins with a 7, and this begins with a 7. So my very first transport, only those 3 locations are on that transport. So I'm going to bring them there. My next one, 6s are over here. So again, this planet starts with a 6. This trade station begins with a 6. This planet begins with a 6. So that transport goes there. Next one, 5s. Again, those 3 locations. 4s, these 3 locations. 3s, these 3 locations. And 1s. It's actually 4 locations. This planet, these 2, and then the ice up here. But don't have any on there, obviously, because we left those. So then I have 2 extra transports. I'm just gonna, my usual pattern is to bring one to the fire down here and the other one to this ice. I'm gonna dump off everything, and now that planet just has those 3. I'm gonna go ahead and go back to here because remember we left that one shipment there. And then this one, we're going to dump off everything and pick up that one that we left as well. So now I'm going to go to the trade stations. Now I'm not dumping these off until I pick up these, just because I don't want to have to sort and go through all these shipments. I will just dump them when it's empty. That's why I bring a fresh transport there. So I'll just pick up everything. Same exact process we did earlier. I'm going to pick up everything, but drop off anything where I don't have, if there's, both shipments here, I'll drop off one. I'll go up here, and now I will dump off everything here and pick up this one, and then go to that planet instead. Same thing here. I'll pick up 39. That has nothing, obviously. Now I'm keeping the destination descending, purely because it doesn't matter at this point. Because I'm going to be able to dump off almost all my shipments off pretty quickly. But you could do it the other way as well if it helps to sort them when picking up. I don't really have to worry about space or anything. I can just dump off. So in a situation like this, I don't want to go back to a hub and drop off one, since I'm only doing 2 rounds of sorting. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this actually to this planet, purely because I don't have a shipment that goes in there, and I have a transport waiting, so I can dump off these 2 shipments here, and this transport can unload and pick up those 2 shipments. And you'll see that in a minute here. So I pick up everything, same process. This just worked out really well where I can go here. Sometimes it gets annoying where, if you can't get a good system out, let's say there was a destination or a shipment that went here, I honestly probably would just leave these 2 shipments on this trade station, and then I would just beam it from this transport or another transport that I have beam on this planet and just pick up. But I'm going to dump off everything. Oh, looks like I did have a couple. Here's another thing that I've keep forgetting about, but my 2 transports that have shipment computer, they're going to be the ones that are sorting everything, or excuse me, applying the computer bonus. So I'm actually going to move them just to a warp lane and not on the planet yet. so that way I can get all my other transports on the planet. So these are the far two left ones, and you'll see why I do that in a minute. So this one has a little over 51. So I'm going to pick up everything. I'm actually going to reverse this. I'm going to pick up everything so that way I know I will at least pick up all the destinations that go here or here. I might leave some other ones, some 7s and 6s. But the reason I do that is because when it's over 39, which I can hold both of these locations and then I can decide which one to dump off. If I did it this way, notice how I didn't pick up any, which means this transport, when I dump off and I pick up, I will have destinations for both of them, which means this transport's going to be screwed on which location it can go to. So instead, I will reverse it. So it's, again, it's ascending. So the ones are at the top. I pick up, scroll to the bottom, and I'm going to dump off my 3 ones. So now that planet can safely go here. Excuse me, that trade station can safely go there. And now this is a little annoying, but I'll have to, these are all 5s, so I'll have to pick up anything that's not a 5. So I'll pick up those ones that I dumped off. I'll pick up trade stations that aren't a 5. And then I'll just make sure there's nothing in between 5 and train station, which there's some 7s. And then to confirm, I will click on the planet, and now I only have those 3 locations. Now these 3 locations are just how I decided, how my system would work the best. So obviously your system might be a little different. But now notice how this transport now can safely go here. It looks like we'll do the same thing here. Same exact thing. 1, 2, 3. I'll jump off those. That can safely go there. And then I will jump these off and pick up everything that's not a 3. So now if I click the planet, I should only have these 3 locations, which I do. So now I'll move them here. And I'll use time mod. And we have a crystal. That's the one thing you'll have to keep up with shipment relay is it won't deliver crystals. So because I'm lazy, I will just beam that one crystal. Reload. Okay, so I'm going to dump off that one, and then I'm going to go here and just dump off all the 1s. No more 1s. No more 1s. And then I'll just make sure this planet doesn't need 1s. Okay. So now, if you look, I have no shipments anywhere but my 7 hubs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All the shipments are gone. They're all gone too now. Okay. And I keep artifacts on both these planets, so I don't need to worry about shipment relay on this sector. Because if you didn't know, if you have an artifact on a planet, it won't generate shipments. If you newer people. So now I have my 6 transports on this planet. I'm going to now move my 2 shipment computers there. Speed it up a little bit. Okay. And we're going to do the exact same process. Upload, upload, all the way until we hit 100. There's our 100. And then we're going to make sure that the arrow is down, so we're ascending. So you can see 7s are at the bottom, 2s at the top. And I'm going to just pick up as much as I can. And I'm going to go back, dump, dump, and then pick up, dump, dump, pick up. So this is 12. It looks like some are 7. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to reverse it now, and I'm just going to pick up 7, and then I'm just going to I'll just pick up all the 7s. Just that way, I'm doing this so that way I don't have to pick up a full 39 on this transport, so it doesn't mess with any of the ordering. But now that I have all 7s, and I can confirm that because it goes to, I have shipments that just go to those 3 locations. So let's start the process over. 6s, 5s, go back to 6, 5, 4, 3. Okay, stop at 2. I'll dump off this one. I'll dump off this one. And I'll dump off what I can with that one. And we'll start at the top again. So 4s, 3s. And then I'm going to actually just jump right back again to confirm. Okay, so I have no more that's higher than 2. And now I'll grab all my 1s. Now, if you notice, my last 2 transports are empty. And those are my 2 computer ones. Which means I can send these off on their merry way. Also, if you noticed, moving transports at the same time, when you cycle through them, it might jump from one transport to another. It actually sorts vertically with the screen. So you'll see how it goes vertically. That's how it cycles. So if you have transports that will cross over or change their vertical position, the sorting will change. So I mean that's true. It goes vertically, in case you didn't know. So if you just set a waypoint and don't commit it, and you have that 10-second gap, once you start shipping more and you get an idea of your system, you can easily just set them to all their hubs without having to worry about the screen jumping from one transport to the another, because once they start moving, their positions might change. But now that I have all of them positioned and I have my 2 shipment computers, normally when I have these transports moving to the planet, I start moving these. But I'm just going to go ahead and just dump off now, just so we can focus on the computer. So I have everything dumped off. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell it to go to this waypoint. And I'm going to click these a couple times, just so that way it bounces back and forth. And that's so it doesn't commit its move to a planet. So this has 80. I can hold 78 between these two, so I'm going to have to do 3 runs. But I'll tell this one to go to that planet and that planet. You can see the destinations. And then I'll tell this one just to go to this moon. So it picked up 38. I'm going to cancel. This one picked up 23. I'll cancel all of them and then tell it to go back. So now the shipment computer applied that bonus. So you can see that we have 359,000. Might be off a little bit. I didn't take a number of 4, but let's see how much we add with all the shipment computer. So we have 359,000. So we'll dump off, well, let's say 435. That was with some computer applied because I didn't take a pre-count. But now this one has just that last moon left, and then I'll move this one to this planet now. So you can see these are the locations. It says 66, so less than 78, so I can do this in 2 full runs. So I will just tell it to go to these two planets, and then this transport will go to those 2 down here, these 2, once it's done here. So I'll speed it up a little bit. And I'll cancel. Have it go here. Dump off. Okay. So now I'm going to take just a quick glance at all my hubs and look at, do quick math in my head, any location, all the locations. So these are going to be kind of a pain. This is 39, so that's one transport, so that's fine. This is 23 and 18, so that's over 39. So I'll split those out into 2 transports. This is 40, so that's over 39. I'll split that out. 43, split that out, and 40. So again, that's kind of annoying, but This is where 60 tons really comes into play, because you can just send one transport each. But the reason why I need two is because one transport can only hold 39 right now, and there's 43, so I'll not pick up 5. So instead, I'll just send both transports and just have one go to each location. So same process, just spam look that a couple times. I'll go to the moon, and then the second one, spam a couple times, go to the planet, and then I'll speed up. And then I cancel when they commit their last move, and then I cancel all the waypoints. So we were at like, what, 436 or something like that? 465. Okay, next planet. Same thing, just go to one location. Oh, that canceled, nice. So, again, I know the hub, so I know what planets go to what, since I've been doing this for a few months now. But this planet, I'm not going to worry about the offlane stuff. So every trade station is offlane right now. This planet and this planet are offlane. So I have all 12 warplanes or 24 hubs. So you'll have five locations that are offlane. Okay, same thing. Once they pick up, I just cancel the waypoints and then go back to the planet. Okay, now we're at 472. Same thing. Go to that one. Go to that one. Now go ahead and speed this up. So I'm just repeating the process for every hub. 60 tons will be nice because you just got to do it with one transport, but I'm a pleb, so yeah, you send 2. Cancel all the waypoints. And then I just now the ship, and that's how the shipment computer works. Is it applies a bonus to the base shipment once you pick up, but it has to be automatically picked up with computer. You can't just pick it up like that. That does not count. You have to actually have the transport automatically pick it up, and it does that because I'm setting a shipment computer will automatically pick up shipments to any destination in its route. So when I do this, I spam it a couple times, and then I say, okay, eventually you'll go here, and I trick it. Same thing. Oops, whatever. Boom. So now it thinks that it's eventually going to hit this planet, so it's going to pick up that shipment. But lo and behold, I'm actually just going to cancel all the waypoints after it picks it up. So after shipment computer applies its bonus, I cancel all of its waypoints, and now I just turn around and send it back, and now it has the bonus. Okay, same thing. Curious if we can. So let's see. The highest one we have is 4,297. We'll see. We'll see. I'll show you how this works. So again, boom, boom, boom. Couple steps. Go to that planet. Boom, boom, boom. Couple steps. Go to this planet. And speed up. Cancel. Cancel. Okay. So now, after I dump off, what's my highest then? Looks like 5,144. So, pretty good bonus. 900 or so? 850. So now everything is sorted. Everything has computer. And now, I will dump off. I usually try to do one shipment drone. Sometimes if I miss the actual like hour mark and I start doing shipments, 40 minutes before the next hour, I'll shoot out 2 drones. But I really try to do one just because it was like 12,500 hydro just to launch one of them. But we took a little longer, and we only have 20 minutes left. And I didn't look at the count and how much was left, how much was stored in our system. So we'll take a base count now, though. 473,000, and we're at 6.5, just over. So 473 and 6.5. We'll see. We'll probably get close to 1 million from this, maybe a little more. So now we do all the offlane stuff. So again, every offlane is close to the hub planet. So this offlane is from this planet, this offlane's from this planet, and then this offlane that planet, this offlane that, this offlane that. So I'm going to, since I have 2 transports with trade boost, there's 2 12-hour cycles in a day, so they alternate. So I did this one last night, this one's going to be now, and then later tonight when I do my second 12-hour run, these will be ready. So for now, I know that my boost, which is burst is 5, boost is 5. Boost is 14% and burst is 28%, but it has a threshold of 16. I'm going to find the planet that the offlane that has the lowest number, because that percent bonus doesn't kick in. This 28% won't kick in until the next delivery after I hit 16. So if I have 16 shipments, that's perfect. I could pick up 16 exactly and drop off and then go back and pick up 2 more if I really want to. But if I pick up all 18 at once and dump off here, those extra 2 are not going to have that 28% because they're in the same destination. They're in the same transport when it hits the threshold, if that makes sense. So 11, this one was 25, 28, 22. So this is the lowest. So I'm going to then go here and here. And I can't immediately waypoint all my locations between these 2 planets just because this planet has destinations that go to this, and this has destination shipments that go to this destination. So again, with computer, I don't want to waypoint to this planet just yet because it will pick up those shipments. But I will apply burst and boost, and then my rush is going to help it get there. So I'm going to see how I'm going to pick up all 18 just because I personally don't really care about going back and forth for 2 shipments, but you can if you want to min-max. So now I can waypoint to this, waypoint to that, and now I can do all my waypoints for all my offlanes. And I do this in this order because I know that this planet doesn't have any destinations to anything at this side of the system, and this doesn't have anything to this side, this doesn't have anything up here, and this is last. So basically, there's no destination in this entire route that will allow the shipment computer to pick up any shipments. So I'll speed this up. And while this is working, my shipment drones are working, dumping off all my shipments. You can see the bonus there, 22,000. I made 9 additional, so about 31. And that's just my burst and boost is so low. They're only 5s. But they do have the computer assigned to them. So remember when we were originally doing the shipment computer, we only did it for the on-lane stuff. And we only did on-lane because we're doing the shipment computer now that we're doing the off-lane. So this is a 2 birds and with 1 stone situation where I'm using a transport with shipment computer and burst boost to automatically pick up the shipments and then deliver them with a percent bonus. Because the shipment drone will not obviously deliver these, there's no warp lane that connects to them. get my next artifacts ready. Okay, so that guy's delivered everything. I'm just gonna move all my transports to my Red Star for a run later. Okay, almost done. We have 10 minutes left. So this is why I did 2 drones this time, just because we took a little longer into actually doing shipments. If I were to do this myself and actually just not break it down, it's about a 15-minute job, 20 minutes tops to do everything. And then usually 20 minutes until I pop drones. And then what I do is if I have the capacity to do my time mod, I will. Sometimes I won't. I just need to make sure that I return and turn these off, and I'll explain why here in a second. Okay, so I'll turn off my time mod. So they're stopped. You can tell because they have the little red circle. I'm gonna disband them because I get shipments in 6 minutes, and I don't want them delivering the next hour's worth of shipments, because pretty much any shipment that they pick up, there's only going to be 1 or 2 on that planet, and I would rather pile them up and save them for the next 12-hour run I do, so that way there's more shipments that a shipment drone can pick up at once, so that its bonus is multiplied, right? So how the shipment drone works is it's bonus per additional shipment. So if this has 2 shipments, it'll apply 16% to the first and second shipment. If I have 3, it'll apply 32% to each shipment. So 32% to the first shipment, 32% to the second shipment, 32% to the third shipment. If I have 4, it'll do 48. So 48% to the first shipment, to the second shipment, to the third shipment, to the fourth shipment, etc., etc. Does that make sense? So now let's look at numbers. So 0 credits left, and we're at 7.5. So a little over double of what we made. And that's so a million every 12 hours. It's pretty good. And that's again just going over the module levels. That's with boost 5, burst 5, computer 8, and drone 10. All right. Hope this helped. If you have any questions, feel free to message me.